Hello, I am so excited to teach you all about how to make a home remedy in place of neosporin. And we are going to be using essential oils, which is great because then we know exactly what plants these ingredients come from. We can name them, identify them, and know that what's seeping into our bloodstream is trustworthy and natural instead of synthetic. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to find an old empty bottle from your essential oils collection. Now, if you don't have essential oils other than the ones we're using for this blend and you don't have an empty bottle, you can use any glass container for this neosporin blend. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to unscrew the lid. You're gonna wanna remove the label so that you don't get confused. And I'm actually going to start with this empty bottle. So this was a grapefruit essential oil container. I'm just gonna remove the label by peeling it off. And if some of the label residue sticks, that's fine. We're gonna relabel this at the end. And you're gonna remove the white cap and you will find in there is a little insert that is there in order to slow down the flow of the essential oil. You're gonna wanna remove that, and all you do is you just use your fingernail or even just the edge of your finger and just pry it off very simply like that. Now this is a bottle of neosporin blend that I've already made, and I also have this one that I've labeled, and we'll show you that again at the end. So you're gonna have your empty bottle now, and you are gonna start with your lavender oil. We're using 6 oils in total. The first is lavender, and lavender is helpful because it improves blood circulation. It's anti-inflammatory, as are many of these oils that we're using, and it also calms and soothes skin, so it gives you some temporary pain relief. And you're just going to unscrew that lid, and then you are going to add 10 drops of your lavender oil. And you can see as it drips in there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sometimes what can happen, depending on the viscosity of your oil, it can flow a little bit faster or slower. And when that happens, you might get 1 or 2 extra drops, 1 drop too few from what I'm saying, but that's okay. If you have 15 instead of 14 drops, if you have 6 instead of 7, it's not going to harm you. It's not going to mess up the purpose of this blend. So no worries. After you've finished with your lavender, you're gonna screw that lid back on so it doesn't tip over and spill on your work surface. Set that one aside and grab your next oil. For our next oil, we're using frankincense, which is antiseptic, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. It really helps with wounds and insect bites, rashes. It helps protect and regenerate the skin. And with our frankincense oil, we're going to add 6 drops. So again, you just count them out, let them drop in there. When you're done, return the lid and set that one aside. After your frankincense, you're gonna wanna take your tea tree oil, which is found in a lot of skincare products because it really is great for the skin for healing and repairing, antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic, anti-inflammatory. It helps to relieve itching and redness. So you're gonna take your tea tree oil and you're going to add 4 drops of your tea tree essential oil. I think I got 5, but again, no worries, it's not going to harm you. Close that one up, set it aside, and grab your helichrysum. This oil is excellent for burns, scrapes, bruises. It is anti-inflammatory. It helps improve circulation, which is why it can help with bruises. It speeds up that healing, helps fight infection, and it helps lessen the appearance of scars, which can be a concern when you have a cut or a scrape, especially if it is on your face or in an area where you're trying to really avoid those long-lasting scars. So you are going to want to add 6 drops of your helichrysum oil. And again, we're adding all of these straight to that first bottle that started as empty, and now it has lavender, frankincense, tea tree, and helichrysum. And we have 2 oils to go. The next Close that one up, set it aside. The next oil is lemon. And this one smells so refreshing. And so when I am using the lemon, I like to just give it a little scent. It wakes me up. And so our lemon oil, it's antimicrobial, antibacterial. It's really a great disinfectant. We find it in a lot of household cleaning products because of its disinfecting properties. So you're going to take your lemon and you're going to add 5 drops. Close that one up. One more smell. Close it up, set it aside. And the last oil you're going to grab is your clove oil. You want to be careful not to add too much of the clove because it can be an oil that with too much of it can cause some redness, irritation. But with just the right amount, it is antifungal, it can reduce swelling, and it actually adds a bit of numbing effect. And so if there's pain associated with this cut or scrape, it can numb that a little bit, give you some relief. And so we're just gonna add 2 drops. There is our clove. Close it up, set it aside. Now what you'll find is even though we've added 6 oils, our bottle's actually not very full. So you can see it swishing around there at the bottom. What we want to do is add a carrier oil, and this is for a few reasons. One, it helps it last longer so we don't use it up in just a few scrapes and cuts. 2, what a carrier oil does is it slows down the evaporation process. And so those oils have a chance to seep in, do their work before they are evaporated off of our skin. And what we're going to use is coconut oil because it also has antibacterial, antifungal properties, and it is the oil that is best absorbed by our skin, so we can really know that those oils are getting into our bloodstream, doing their work, doing the healing that we want them to be doing. So you can get coconut oil at any grocery store on the shelf. You're just gonna unscrew that, and I have a little funnel that I'm gonna use to help me not make such a mess. And you're gonna wanna watch this one carefully because it will overflow on you. And you're just gonna pour that straight in to your bottle until it's all filled up. Set that funnel aside, and you're gonna pop that insert back into your newly filled blank label essential oil bottle so that you can have that to control the flow. You're gonna give it a little shake to make sure all of those blend together. And as it sits over time, it will infuse with the oils, they'll join together. And then you're gonna, you can actually, if you have a cut or a scrape, like here on my arm, you can just shake some onto your finger, apply it onto your cut, and let it do its work. Then you're gonna wanna close up that bottle. And the last thing that you wanna do is you wanna take some tape and a Sharpie and label your neosporin blend so that when you do get a new cut or a scrape, it's easily accessible. You know exactly which bottle to reach for. And so I have labeled mine here, neosporin blend, so I can find it quickly, put it on my cut or scrape, and let it do its thing. And it works wonders.